interesting. What's it
It
going
is.
on?
It is really interesting. This is some dance that we've created.
Yeah.
We use this painting as our stimulus.
Right.
Starting point, so it's that way. Um,
You've been advertised.
I always want to look at it that way. Exactly.
The irony,
In my head,
the top
we
looks like
got it
short
wrong.
to white AI.
And this we got it wrong. But you know.
The irony if you've got AI and
we
scary
started
right
off
at the top.
Well,
looking
it's
at
not
this,
exactly.
and then we generated just a mind map.
I've been doing
It was
lots of
far more
searches on AI, so I'm not
sophisticated.
surprised
This
it's
is
come up with AI
All
content.
right.
I thought we
Okay.
were gonna-
Right,
we had
okay.
a massive piece of paper, but
Right.
it would just take up loads of space.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Um,
idea to get
but-
your ideas.
But they got all their ideas out, and then from that we started to create movement based on their idea. So so lines and curves and circles, and this idea that one of them said it's that way, that looks like a cat,
Yeah.
which I think it does look like
It
a cat.
does, yeah.
So we started like this is a lovely squiggle. So we started to create movement based on the painting really, but from the words that they generated from what they felt was their interpretation of the painting.
That's a good way.
And then what we also did, so
Yeah.
we used the colours, so that was like piece number one. And then we also made a second piece where we told ChatGPT, so we told the AI that we wanted to use this painting, so Kandinsky, yellow, red, blue, as our starting point, as our stimulus for our work. And I would like it to make a dance for up to 4 people that was about 2 minutes long. And
So on ChatGPT, did you just give the name of the thing, or did you give the picture?
we gave it a name because it's clever,
so
it knows it,
well known,
but
yeah.
I think I did put it in as well.
Well, yeah.
I think I did put it in as well, and then it gave me this choreography, and was then a list of like it's like a written down dance. So then I had to interpret that with the dancers and perform this what felt like instruction manual of dance.
Yeah.
But actually, when you think about it, when I first learnt ballroom and Latin all them years ago, my teachers had like a dance manual of like, different waltz movements and different, that were on a syllabus. So I suppose it's not totally unusual to have, some notation of some kind. But for me, as an artist, it's not how I normally work. So I just create a dance from my own, creativity.
Yeah.
I'm not
How
sure
to sing.
often,
Yeah, you're going to go with someone else as well?
Oh, West.
Go. Two of you go.
This one would be very easy, be very simple.
But what I was going to say was, if I'm only thinking about a play, right? I want to put part in a play where we're developing ideas for a play. But that was you bounced ideas off each other, and you tried something, and then
It didn't work.
you
tweaked
talked
it.
about it, and you
Yeah.
tweaked it.
Or you binned it and
So
yeah.
I suppose what I'm saying, if there's a kind of a stage before the instructions where it's a lot more interactive between the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's interesting as well
Am I meant to get it? I'll climb up it. I'll figure it out.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Gareth, up on the stage. I'm an analyst for High Peak Community Arts. I run the music sessions. In this project, we have been using AI and music, and we've just been discovering and exploring what we can do with it and how we'd use it. So it's been a lot of process-based work. We've come up with 3 tracks through the workshops that are on this silver computer right here, right next to Sophie. There's 3 of them. One of them is written by AI and performed by AI. One of them is written by AI and performed by humans. And one of them is completely written by humans and performed by humans. So we just wanted to have a little contrast between the 3 for you to listen to them. So if you want to hear them and maybe judge which one you think is which, they're on the silver computer there. On the black computer on that table is Suno, which is a website we used to make the human-made track. Can I ask a quick question of the audience? Can you stick your hand up if you've used AI? If you've used it once, if you've used AI once. Alright, that's interesting. Can you stick your hand up if you've used it to make art? Alright, interesting, thank you. So, in this session, for the next 25 minutes on stage, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the process that we went through to make those tracks. So we're going to go through that live. There may be mistakes and we'll cover them as we go. What we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT for a chord sequence, a chorus and a verse. Then we're going to put that in action. And you'll see, like we went through in the sessions, we come up against certain things where we as humans have to make decisions about that information. So generally, as players, a lot of us were into rock music, so we gave the prompt to AI to make us a rock track and give us some chord sequences for rock. So we'll go ahead and do that now. I'll just set up the computer, I'll stick it on the screen, and then we'll actually go ahead and do the chord sequences. Just give me 1 second.
What do you want to tell them? What do you need? Oh, you want to put something on the screen?
Yeah.
Is it going to reach?
Okay, so we're going to do this in the simplest way possible. Since we started doing these projects, AI has jumped on a million miles. So we're actually using quite an old school way of getting the chords together here. Later on, I'm going to talk about the new things that have come into AI since we've been doing this and how we do the whole project differently if we're starting it right now. So you can see right on the screen. So you can see on the screen here the most basic way we can do this. I've gone into ChatGPT. Now, band, what kind of style of music should we do? Rock music, right then. So generally, the players are into rock music. If they're into something else, we choose a different style. But I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me a chord sequence. I'm going to put a 70s rock We found that if we put a decade in, it kind of helped hone what the style that we want. So 80s sounds quite modern really, we're looking for something a bit older, so I put 70s in there. So 70s rock song, I want a verse and a chorus. Okay, so chorus on, that's fine. So the chords that it's given us, so we would write these down on the board please. The chords that it's given us, D, A, B minor and G. That's telling us that's in the verse, it just repeats it as well. The chorus is given us G, D, A, D, G, D, A, B minor, G, D, A, D. So we'll see what that sounds like in a minute. So we found that when we did this in practice, like I say, we have to make a lot of decisions from this information. We have to decide what kind of style we're going to play in, what tempo we're going to play in. And a lot of this information comes, we realise that we need to make these decisions once we actually play these chords. Just think about it. So just so you know, in music, we use a colour system. Toby is about to write the colours on the board. Each of our instruments has a colour on each of the keys. So we try and make it as easy as possible for beginners. There are some people that we work with that really know the notes, and that's all fine. But there are other people that are complete beginners, so we try and keep it as open as possible. So Toby's going to write the note names in the colours. The first one, the first verse is a D, A, B minor, so D's in black. A in blue, B minor in yellow, and G in red. That's the verse. Chorus is G in red, D in black. A in blue, D in black. Second line of the chorus is G in red, D in black, A in blue, B minor in yellow. And then the third line of the chorus is G dominant. Same at the top of the chorus. Alright, so we've got some chords. We've got a chord sequence. We're going to play it together now. I'm going to go with drums because we don't have a drummer today. No, we've got drummers today, so. So on stage we've got a drum kit right here. This is great. So kid, give us a little drum roll. Give us a beat, very cool. Thank you. We also have a bit of cushion from Lily. Very nice. Some keys from Emily. Some keys from Jeff. We have Toby on guitar as well. So, of course we have no idea what this is going to sound like. This is where we're going to start making decisions as to what we need to change. So, the board will flip. We're going to play each of these colours 4 times. Can we start with the beat, please? So, I'm just going to give a very basic tempo here. Go for about 100 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top line here is the verse with my kids. So, 4 blues, 4 yellows, and 4 reds. Are you ready to go? We already started one. Full beat, full percussion. Everything, 4 blacks, 4 blues, 4 yellows, 4 reds. Let's see what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, yellow, red, back to black, blue, yellow, red, back to black, blue, yellow, red, back. come to our ear. In our process, we usually go through editing by ear and choosing a different colour. Let's see what the verse sounds like, the chorus, sorry. The chorus, we're going to start with 4 reds, 4 blacks, and 4 reds, 4 blacks, 4 blues, 4 blacks. You ready to start on the red? All in. 1, 2, 3, red. Black. Blue. Black. Red. Black. Blue. Black. And quit. What do you think, Black? What do you think, audience? Nobody likes it, nobody likes it. So, AI failed us. There's the answer. I didn't like that at all. That wasn't too bad for me, but people didn't like it at all. So, let's go into the prompts and change it. You can see, when I put the original prompts in, I put a 70s rock song. So let's see what it sounds like as an 80s rock song. How long have we got left, Sophie?
15 minutes.
Thank you. So I'm going to change that 70s to an 80s. Let's see how it changes it. So we have some interesting chords. They're all 5s. E5, G5, A5, B5, E5. So this isn't normal. You wouldn't normally put 5 chords on the next to each other like that. It would sound really, really similar. So it's given us a really strange thing here. I think that's made a mistake. I'm going to put the same prompts in again and see if it changes. So the exact same prompt gave us some very different chords. We know of A minor, F, C, and G. Which for anyone that knows music, these are the most basic chords that you can use really, and the most basic sequence you can use. So we will play these through. The verse at the moment is A minor, F, C, G, and it repeats. The chorus is F, C, G, A minor, exactly the same chords in a different order. So this sequence that it's given us now will sound really, 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 really similar. You ready there, Toby? A minor in blue. F in orange. C in purple. G in red. Chorus, F in orange. C in purple. G in red. A minor in blue. So this, when we play it, should sound super generic. Should sound like a million songs you've already heard before. So again, we're going to make a decision how we're going to play this. Before we played at about 100 BPM like this, boom, gap, boom, boom, gap. So we're never going to change it up. Grace can have a boom, gap, boom, gap, boom, gap, boom, gap. Yeah. So automatically this is going to be a harder, faster song, maybe a little bit more funky. We all ready with these chords? technique that we used was just text-based on ChatGPT. The chords that it gives us will really influence the track, but the way that we play those chords has massive influence over how that track sounds. So in this process, using ChatGPT on text, humans have a massive, massive, massive influence on how the end song sounds. Now, since we started this project, lots of different AI has come out, which has really changed what we do, like I say. Suno that we have on this black laptop, that we used Suno to make a track that was completely AI written and AI performed. It just gave us a stereo laugh. So it's just a full track. The new thing that comes out is stems in Suno, which will give you a separate bass track, a separate drum track. You could maybe put in, you could hum a tune in, and then you can ask it to put a bass line to it or put some drums to it. And these are all separate, so you have more control. We would have definitely used that if we had the time, or if it was ready when we started. Also, there's a small thing coming out called Noises. For anyone listening to AI, that's now available and it's free because it's in beta. And that does a similar thing, it gives you stems for tracks. And there's a latest thing come out called Infinite Crate, which is a plugin for your DAW. And it's a similar thing, it's weighted prompts, and it will produce audio, live audio from Google, from Lyria. And you're meant to sample it and use it in your DAW. So there's lots of different things. My main conclusion from what we've done is that AI makes us stronger. Together with AI, it makes humans stronger. But at the moment, it's going so fast and it's developing so fast that it's hard to judge it. If we judged it today, judging it tomorrow would be a completely different thing. So thanks to the group that have played this stuff really well, really nice, all the stuff. And thanks for listening to us. Next up, I think we've got Dance with Trixie. Thank you.
We've got, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, that's fine. I don't know if you want to do another run of your monologues. Has everyone seen it ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, go for it.
So, hi everyone. My name's Trixie Bowles. I am a dance artist and I work in the performing arts industry as a performer, as a singer, dancer, actor, producing shows, and also I was a teacher in education. I was head of dance and head of performing arts. So I taught GCSE and A-level dance and a bit of drama and a bit of music for a long time. And that's led me here to working with these beautiful people here as a movement specialist who has explored AI with this group of young people. So my background, I've got a dance and music technology degree. So in terms of like music and technology, obviously the music tech degree, I've used a lot of technology in writing and producing music when I was doing that, but I never used technology in dance really, other than I'd make dance for camera work, so that means I might film some dance and then I might interact with it by putting it on a screen and timing the choreography so that the screen would do something followed by my movement in live performance. But other than that, I've never really used technology in the way that we explored using it. I always have come from being a choreographer from just like, thinking, right, I want to make a dance. What are we making it about? So might give you a stimulus or starting point or a theme to work on, and then I will create work. The way I start creating work often is, somebody already asked me this before, so I'll just reiterate what a mind map is. I write the subject matter in a bubble in the middle, just a little version of it, and then all my ideas that come out of my brain will then go on the page, and then I'll keep going back to the page every time I'm stuck or I need a new idea to make a new section or a new phrase of work. But in able to do that, I've had to have extensive training. So I believe everyone in this room about how you interpret it, how you have confidence to move it. I understand that not everybody in the room is confident in moving. I understand that everyone in the room is confident in singing. I'm confident in reading. Yeah, and you said to me, which I'm sure a lot of you all do, some for pleasure, some for work, but I cannot read very well. I'm dyslexic, I'm alright with that. I'm highly intelligent, but just because I can't read does not mean that my intelligence is less, because my intelligence is in my body. And what has been really interesting is then using AI intelligence to find out how that intelligence is going to help me with my art form. So, we went on a journey, didn't we? We created 2 pieces. We started off with our own brains and we used a beautiful Kandinsky painting, which I'm going to send some round so you can have a little look. So this was we've got the non-digital version, but you know it. Have a look. Keep on with them and have a little look. We're all the same. We're better on that one. Okay, we'll see what. Anyway, so this was our starting point, and we created a mind map, a little bit like this, but it was much bigger. We did it on a massive piece of paper, and we spent quite a lot of time on it. And then we started to generate movement from it, and we used the young people's ideas to create movement, and some of them never worked in this way. In fact, how many of you had worked in this way before? So, none of these guys do dance at school at GCSE level, so it's like not really in their world to work like this yet. And I'm just hoping that they all will do one day. And they approached it with real maturity and like, yeah, we can do this. Because if I would have just said, right, there you go, Lily, maybe a dance out of that, she probably would have said, no thank you, Trixie, I'm not sure I can do that. So we have tools. Yeah. we have tools to do that, and we made mind map, we started to generate movement from it, we started to make what we call motifs, which is a sort of short sequence of actions fused together, and we started to build a piece of work from it. What I will say is it was about interpretation, so the way I'd like everyone to have a little look is if you feel like you can contribute, say something you see, it's like catchphrases bit, see what you see. So, what was the guy called that presented catchphrase? That's Roy Walker. I'm living my best Roy Walker life right now. So, I'm going to do kind of. Is there anything you just tell me what you see in this painting? It can be a colour, it can be a shape, it can be anything. Yellow. Yeah, and the title is red. Is it yellow, red, blue, red, yellow, blue? So, yeah, alright. And what do you see in it? A door.
We said that.
Do you see anything in it? You see a rabbit.
We also said that.
Now some people thought that was a cat. Yeah, I like it. Some people like it was a cat, some people see a rabbit. What do you see, sir? A Rubik's Cube. What did I think that was like first? Remember?
Yeah.
Someone said Rubik's Cube. I said it looked like a mermaid Saturday Night TV, you know, the light. That for me, it is one of my favourite films of all time. What do you see in it? A lighthouse.
Oh, a lighthouse.
Did any of you say that?
No.
No.
I don't
Where
see
do you see
it.
the
Oh, I
lighthouse?
see it.
Yeah, you see it now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
You know, like when we said the door was,
What do you see?
the little thing that told us that.
It's got lights now.
Lots of shades of yellow and blue. Do you see anything in it? The rabbit's a big contender. So,
I see the River Thames.
you see the River Thames, very specifically the River Thames. Why the Thames?
Well, it's got that wiggly, the thing in the River Thames in it. You know, on the EastEnders,
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Alright, so again, when Kandinsky painted this painting, I don't think he thought, yeah, painting a rabbit. He worked with abstract media and he worked just with shape and colour. And then went on and we took the same painting and we gave ChatGPT a prompt. And the prompt was, please, I think it's good to use manners with this technology, please could we have a dance for 4 people that uses Kandinsky's painting, and I put the title in and I put the image in, as a stimulus for basic contemporary dance, in the style of contemporary dance, sorry. And it threw me out a bit. I then printed it, okay? I printed it because there's no chance of me reading off the screen, so we did it like this. If we were like really sad, we would have used iPads and done it that way, but we didn't have enough iPads, did we? So we printed it, and it said dancer 1, dancer 2, dancer 3 and 4. We assigned each of the dancers to each of these roles. I gave them each a copy and I said, right, there you go, go and interpret it. And they were like, right, yeah. So they had to use this list of instructions to make a dance. So here's a question to you. Do you think if you were a non-dancer you could do that? If I said, there you go, make me that dance. Do you think you could do it? Why? Great. You haven't got the expertise, you haven't got terminology, you haven't got movement vocabulary, and it's about being able to understand what's being presented to you. So you do have to have a level of expertise, of knowledge. And what we did find is that ChatGPT muddled some of the knowledge up. For example, it says here, this is in section 4, counts 1 to 4. Each pair mirrors simple shapes. So each dancer has been assigned a colour by the instructions. Yellow makes sharp square, blue curves arm around it, red fold diagonal, neutral clean line. Well, I can tell you that from my knowledge and my expertise in my years of studying dance, that that's not mirroring. Does anybody know what that device is, that choreographic device? No, because you're not going to dance with most people in this room. I don't expect you to know. It's actually called... Yeah, I've done it with you. You did the process. It's actually call and response. Yeah? There is a difference. Because mirroring would be like, we both do this, we both do this. But it specifically said, this person does this, and then this person does that. And that's call and response. So it hasn't quite got down the nuances of the dance terminology down yet. So it did need an expert to kind of go, right, we'll decipher this. So we tried our best, and Arissa this is Arissa, everybody say hello to Arissa.
Hi, Elsa. Hi,
Arissa was very strict with me, and she said, Trixie, you've got to do it exactly how it's on the paper. I said, oh, I don't like that bit. Because the human creative in me wanted to make it more, or it wanted to make it smoother, or it wanted to do something, but Arissa was very strict, and she said, no, it's an experiment, and you must stick to it. So I was like, because in my head I was like, oh, that doesn't work, and so we stuck to it to about 95%. And on the last day I was like, I'm sorry, but I've just got to do a bit here. But we did, we stuck to it, and it was things like, it didn't tell you how to transition from one section to the next. Now, if I read an instruction and it says, right, so, it's going to get easier, I'll just do it really quickly. Like, so I'm here on the floor, and then there's another section, it tells me to move on a diagonal line. What, like this? Is this the best dance you've ever seen? So it didn't really always give you everything you needed. You had to use a little bit of creativity. on this piece of paper. And there you go. That's what we're going to do. So it's interesting because instinctively what I want to do is get a good piece of paper out and you're all telling me the things you see in it. But we're not going to do that. Alright? We're going to do this. Now, these lot are going to join in, but would anybody like to be a part of it? There's no number that you can be, you can have 10 of you doing it. But if you want to join in, or not, you're very welcome to. So, I think somebody can do this, we can do this sat on the back. If you feel very strongly about the colours and the signs in the world of television. This morning when Grace arrived, she went round, everything in the bed going, match? Everything was red and everything was blue, Lily was going, match? Okay, so we're all going to do this warm-up image. So, we can do this sat down, we can do this if you want to stand, you can stand, if you want to sit, you can stand. It says, imagine you are a brush painting shapes in the air. Right, here we go. Everybody painting shapes in the air. Everybody painting shapes in the air. Nice. Good. Alright. So this is getting thinking about it. So even ChatGPT is right, I'm going to get them to dance, I'm going to get them to warm up, which is nice, because what do we always do? Warm up. Absolutely. Alright, it's a fundamental thing that we do, because when you come into a space to dance, it's not just about bringing your body into space, it's about connecting your body and your brain. So the two things don't always work together. I like it when you laugh, you must come to me. So, it says circle your arms slowly, big and soft like the oval. Alright? So, you might need to let it be one arm. It could be two arms. Okay? Interpretation. Step side to side, letting your body feel loose and fluid. Go on, let me see what you do. Alright, good stuff. So it's getting us thinking about getting into the idea. Alright. I'm going to give some of these out so you can follow along with me. I will finish at 10, so I should do something good. They've never seen it. They've never seen it. In fact, you better get your eyes on them. They've never seen this. They've never seen it. You don't all want to. Right, so already this is really interesting to watch for me because Grace has just said stand tall. Well, what does that mean? Could be on your tiptoes, but so it doesn't say on releve. So releve means tiptoes in dance world. It doesn't say releve, so I'm just going to say it. But then again, does it know that terminology? Who knows? We did that for basic as well. So it does say stand tall. So if you want to go into your tiptoes, you may. It's up to you. But it's very interesting because already the dynamic here is the interpretation of the instructions. We've got Grace saying, oh, it could be this, and Arissa saying, I think it could be this. This dance is just in unison. It's not got, different dances. I didn't ask it for a dance of 5 people, 4 people. I just asked it for sort of a simple bit of choreography. Alright? So, that absolutely works. we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I take that on the 5, 6, take 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So already we're having to have some creativity with timing because it's not giving us any guidance. Let's move forward. The sharp lines, contrast and diagonal. So can anybody see that there are sharp lines in this painting? The laminated one that I've given you. Yeah?
No.
So, no. Sorry. Have a little look. Yeah. So it says, step diagonally to the right, arm shooting out straight. Ooh, interesting. It's so interesting because everybody's got an interpretation of it. Very interesting. What would the audience think here? If it's the instruction, step down to the right, arm shooting out straight. So would it be like this, like Grace is saying, or would it be like this, like Lewis is saying? So let's see a show of hands. If you think it's like Jess, hands up now. If you think it's like Larissa, like this, hands up now. If you've got a different idea, anybody want to get up and show me?
You could do this.
Great. So, because that's also arm straight. Absolutely. Is it Ian?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ian. Right, Ian, you should be up doing this. So, oh yeah, you can right. So she'll try it, she'll actually edit this, pretend that she matches. Right. So, what we're going for, so we have to make a decision. You can say something, Jess. You're such a stickler for the rules. I know, and really, that's normally Arissa's job. Step diagonally to the right, and it's so interesting because I think you're correct, but I would have done what Arissa did. I do think you're correct though. So let's stick with, we're going to go, Jess, and shooting out straight. Shooting out straight. Well then also, it is about sharp lines, contrast and diagonals. So do we need to go with Ian's? We're going with Ian's. Right. Right, so. Yeah. Yes, same time. Step down to the right, arm shooting straight out. Great. Then it says step down to the left, arm shooting the opposite way. Yes. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Or of course we could do over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What would you prefer to do? I agree. Alright. So, add a sudden freeze each time, contrasting the smooth oval with sharp lines. Let me read that again. Add a sudden freeze each time, contrasting the smooth oval with sharp lines. But hang on. How do we show the contrasting of the smooth oval? Well, we've just done it. So, a sudden freeze. Okay. So why do 1, 2, 3, hang on. Why do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 7, 8. Ready? 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, go back. 5, 6, 7, go. And 1, 2, wait. Move, wait. Yeah? Okay. So let's do it from the beginning. Can we just see how long this is taking?
It's 2:45.
But also, the point I'm trying to make is that it's such a short amount of movement and it's taken us ages so far to get through this bit. But let's just practice it. Ready? We're going to start with 2 bits together. Yeah? musicians. So I'm not saying that contemporary dance music has to be a certain thing, but for me, I agree, it doesn't work. Let's try it one more time. Let's give Suno an instruction. 120 BPM, no vocal, so instrumental.
Could you use a word like flowing or something like that?
Let's Ian, be my guest. Ian, let's go. Anybody else got an idea that you want us to give it? Any other words from looking at the painting? Anything you feel, see in the movement?
Contrast.
Contrast, who goes that? Right, let's see what we get now.
So the prompt is contemporary dance music for a Kandinsky piece, 120 BPM, instrumental, flowing, contrast.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, I can't remember.
It's called the kaleidoscope groove. Here's the first one.
A lot better. Still not perfect, but it's just, we're kind of here showing you our collaboration with AI in music as well. Gareth?
Right, the second one.
Let's do it. Which one did you like? Interesting.
I don't think the extra stuff we put in the prompt did a lot of job.
It didn't really. It took the words out. I felt like less like it was at a rave. It was still quite dancing.
Yeah.
How do you do this, Martha? How would you do it? What music would you choose?
Great question. So, the process for me is when I worked on the piece of this lot here, me and Gareth have collaborated as a dance artist and a musician for many, many years. So I approached Gareth and said, can you send me a selection of your tracks and I'll have a listen through and see which ones I feel might work. And due to time constraints, we probably didn't work as closely as we have done previously. We probably would have collaborated a lot more. He kind of sent me a load of tracks and I chose the one that I felt fit the best. If we're honest and we're having a little like think about how it went fine, but I probably would have wanted more contrast in the piece. But that would make Gareth spending loads of time reworking the music. And because the project wasn't about me and him collaborating, it was about exploration of AI and of human intelligence. So we just kind of ran with it. But often, if I'm making a piece, I spend hours looking for music that I really want to use. Or I might, it's changeable for me actually. Sometimes a piece of music will really inspire me and I'm like, I really want to make a piece of this piece of music. Other times, if it's like very dramatic and it's got to be about suffragettes, I'm just looking at it in the first thing that enjoy. Like I have to find that you've got to find music that really works for that. So it depends what your movement's about. But that is a really good question. In honesty as well though, now I know that Suno's available, I probably would get my prompts really down and I'd probably explore that. I probably would. Because we used a piece of AI music and I really liked what we used for our piece. Yeah.
What
It's not, but I was thinking I could probably get you a lift anyway. Gareth's going back there.
So, by the time just to quickly nip to the bathroom and get a
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, and the young people are introducing next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want that movie?
Trixie's doing an intro, but we kind of did it already.
Yeah.
Gareth's going to do one, but he might feel that he's already done it.
Does this table need moving across, Sophie?
Come out. Is that big enough? It's a bit big. There, that'll do it, won't it?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Great. Right, wait for it. Oh, why won't it go in? Is that the right slot? What's that one? Oh, go on. Can't quite. Why won't it go in? Let's not force it. All right. Oh, hang on. Come on. I had it all loaded up, ready to go on here, and it won't connect on, so. But it's okay, it's here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go on, you go on. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, so this is our panel. They'll get introduced in a second. We're going to just do quick intros on each art form, unless Trixie's listed to do an intro, but she might feel like what she's already done is enough of one, and she's in there now. Do you feel like you've already introed your bit, or have you got more to say?
Yeah, I feel like everyone gets one. I don't know. Hi everyone.
Is it working?
Not even on. The handicap thing really about the process, and like we touched on the music bit at the end, and thank you for your great question. But yeah, so if you didn't get to see the dances, they are on a little computer up there, and you could watch them over here if you've got time at the end. And we did kind of perform them, so sorry if you didn't get to see the dances, because I suppose that would have been interesting for you to kind of guess which was the AI one and which was not the AI one. That would be my only thing.
There is a live poll question if anybody did see them and they would like to vote on that. If you scan that QR code, it will take you to this presentation and you can go onto the pages with the live questions on. So that's something we're going to do throughout the debate. So anyone who wants to be able to vote on a few different questions, get yourself onto that QR code and see if you can find the questions when they come up. Gareth, do you feel like you've got anything else to say on top of what you already introed in your workshop?
No.
Great, okay, so everyone heard that, so that's great. So the next person is Ethan. Are you ready? Ethan was part of the creative writing group and will just intro some impressions of what was happening.
So what we did was we fed characters into different AI models just to see what they would come up with. But quickly we decided that AI is not really great at writing creatively. It's just quite basic and it's very stereotypical. I quite enjoyed how it made everyone giggle with how bad it was. We did have a lot of laughs. Yeah, we just don't think it's quite there yet, but it might be eventually.
Thanks, Ethan. And next up is Joseph. Joseph is not here, but it's okay, everyone. It's okay. I should have linked this up to the speaker.
Do you want my speaker?
Yes, please, if that's a quick thing to do. So Joseph, he'll introduce himself. He led the art group, but he couldn't be here today. So he's got a few things to say about it. Wait. So, hang on. I'm going to fix that. Yeah. Tell me about it. Okay. Here is Joseph. Go on then.
Hello, my name is Joseph Alfred. I am here to introduce the visual arts portion of the debate.
Got something else
So I
playing.
was working with the visual arts group as part of the AI debate workshops. And over the couple of days, we were kind of looking at processes of making art through the use of generative AI and without it. But I also tried to kind of get in there ways of making art that kind of encompass a whole range of different people's approaches. So right at the beginning, we kind of looked at these landscape images, these watercolor paints, but using a variety of different approaches. So kind of things like style things and reference images online, things stolen from memory, as well as then kind of like things made solely using generative AI and kind of texturing of your own drawing. So things just a whole kind of trying to cover that whole range of approaches, because I think there's a really interesting part of this debate where we're thinking about AI and how it's kind of like plagiarism and ownership. To like even contemporary art education, from primary through secondary through university, we're taught to kind of refer to other people's artworks to learn about the process of making your own. So those debates are not limited to AI, but they are within the visual arts, and this is just a kind of new kind of lens on them. So I think that's a really interesting thing to cover. So things like the YouTube video, the kind of the idea that you kind of learn to make something through watching someone else. It feels kind of more legitimate now, but isn't that a similar discussion? So I'm really interested in I'm also really interested in, I'm a visual artist and I use a lot of generative AI in my own prose.
Oh. Uh-oh. It doesn't stop there. Come on.
And I use it in a couple of ways. I use it often to kind of speed up processes.
Oh, no, don't do this.
Often,
It's having trouble buffering, everyone. Come on, Canva. You can do it.
I'm working to a brief or working on a commission and there's a sort of tight deadline, AI is really useful as a kind of a tool to speed up lots of processes. We'll also use it for things like if I'm doing illustration, it's very useful for quickly getting animation.
there's no human emotion in it. You aren't able to pick things as well, and it's not as, it doesn't let you own thoughts because it takes things so literally. It kind of goes on to, I was saying previously, it could be considered a separate art form away from human emotions, human thought processes. So I personally know it as real as
Toby, a music hall for you. Will there be a lack of live musicians in the future? A new generation of non-performers? Will venues struggle to fill with public demand for live performance?
Yes, but I would not say that AI is a reason. It's already an issue as it is. There are a lot less live music venues, a lot less live performers, because people can just get software at home, they can just sit in front of their computer, use all the digital instruments, and they can make their own music without having to get all of the different different set everything up like there was behind us with the different guitars and the amps and everything like that. People can just sit down and do it. AI is making it even easier to do that, but I'd actually say that the same people that are already making things from home are probably the same people that are using AI. And if anything, it could actually assist rap music in some ways, so people can use it to write like bouncing ideas back and forth and things like that, so they can get ideas for different issues and they can potentially still keep going. But it's an issue that should be resolved on its own, and it's kind of up to the people that come to watch live music to actually do that. And I would say that AI ultimately is to help with that.
Public staff, short form. Josh, is AI cheating? Yes, sort of. It's no effort, but does effort matter?
Oh, it's interesting. It's two parts. If you were to ask me if AI is cheating's a commonly used word, and the sort of issue I take with that is cheating is a reference or a competitiveness. So it's trying to get ahead of others by using their own tactics or going against the rules. And realistically, that's not what's going on here. Is it a quicker and less time and skill intensive way of producing similar results? Absolutely. But I think, as you've seen today, there is a skill behind that creation. And if you're putting a single line prompt in or you're trying to create something very simply, you're going to get simple results. The quality of what you put in is the quality of what you will get out again. As anyone will know, you put effort into cooking, your career, anything, you're going to get more benefits out of it because of that effort that's gone in. Just because it's a mean it is cheating, it just means you have to learn a whole new skill set in order to get good results out of it. And I think a really good example of that is, as we've seen before, when photography became a mainstream art form, it was declared the death of art, it was declared as being cheating, no one's going to go to art galleries anymore, no one's going to pay because they just take photos. It didn't happen, it just became its own art form. But even today, people say photographers aren't artists, even though, you've seen it before, electronic music as well. When sampling came in, that's not, it's not music because you're taking somebody else's creation and changing it and copying and pasting it. But it is, it's now electronic music, it's one of the biggest art forms in the world. So I think what we need to do is step away from that narrative of seeing that anyone is trying to undercut anyone. There are people out there who are using it with malintent, and in my opinion, they need to be cast out aggressively, and we need to get more mainstream, good quality productions out there. But overall, what it's going to come down to is the fact that people are going to have to learn a whole new skill set. There's going to have to be a whole new way, and what we need to do is create a path for people to do it in that positive way, rather than making people feel negative for trying it or for experimenting with it, and then feeling demonised, which leads to space open for large companies to take advantage, or for people who will use it with malintent to take advantage.
We've got a live poll going on.
I've got a live poll going on, but it's not updating.
Well, any of the other, anyone who's voted yes wants to change their mind after that response.
I'm going to refresh it and see if it.
And that one question.
If the yes you've got at the last just pegs in the door.
Yeah.
Well, I, on that note, feel like I agree with the fact it cannot be cheating in some circumstances due to the psychological sides of it. Obviously, with the large amount of neurodivergent people in the group, we all kind of realise certain people struggle with their own original thoughts or presenting those thoughts. It can aid people in the fact of it can help you with your wording, it can help you have a base and example to work that you are going to do. So the word's gone out of my head now, but not necessarily, I don't think it should be used in a sense of it being its own thing that's published, but if people use it to create things with it, then I would not consider that cheating. I consider it aid in artwork.
Can you turn the mic up? Yes, okay, good.
Yep.
So we looked at 3 areas: ethical things young people were bearing up in mind and discussing it whilst doing their different art forms. And the 3 things were ownership, truth, and environment, and how AI impacts those 3 things. So we're just going to quickly touch on ownership. Alex, question for you. Generative AI has been trained on lots of people's work without their consent. How is this ethically different from the way that humans learn and use influences?
So this has been happening for quite some time now, but as humans, if we want to, you say develop a new skill. Yeah. So if you want to develop a new skill, you then eventually start to learn and practice it, because let's say you want to become an athlete or a musician or an actor or something like that, you won't just do it at first glance. Stuff like this can take quite some time in order to do so. But let's say you're using AI in order to do so, like ask for help, ask for advice, it will just give you it instantly, and I don't think that really happens.
Consent, the ownership, the idea of consent. So learning that skill. We seek consent when we're learning a skill.
That's complicated because we don't know who we're talking about specifically. Some people want to and some people don't. So it's kind of a bit of a barrier for people who want to do it. Some people just go, yeah, and they'll just lean to it, and then others will go, absolutely not, I'm happy with just learning with what I've got, and I'll just stick with that if that's okay with you. And that's why it's really hard to say specifically on that.
So when I asked all 4 people in my would they have their voices cloned, remember 2 of them said yes and 2 of them said no, and Alex, you said you wouldn't have your voice cloned. What was it that worried you about it?
I don't know what I would sound like to go ahead and use me, because those of you who are there for the creative writing sector as well as I was, obviously you can tell that the last 2 voices we generated were voice cloned of our 2 colleagues. That's because when deciding, they decided, right, we'll go ahead and use our voice. I backed down and just did it as I was because I didn't feel comfortable with it, and that's why you heard back then that was a generated AI voice and not my own. So I didn't know how to feel about my own voice, really. It would just sound weird as trying to decipher what I'm saying and what I would sound like, and if it goes completely differently from what I do actually sound like.
You're out of control then.
Well, I won't say out of control, I'll just not feel comfortable with it because it doesn't sound right.
Quick fire question for all of you. Who owns or should own the work
in the form of, for instance, capstone, we'll say, that could lead to the copyright claims of people who own that artwork, and then the company can get involved of it's our programming, it's our AI that's combined these two images. So I feel it would be a lot of shared ownership if we were to go into who owns what comes out of the AI.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, due to all of the different backgrounds and coding and computer things.
Toby?
So I'd say that there's a lot of different things going on within it.
Take your time.
I'd say it's
Technology is
so great. Real AI technology. So I'd say that there's a lot of different things within its own. There's the actual product that you get out of it, but there's also the idea. If you are just putting a prompt into, for example, Sumo, the idea that you put in there is your own. What you get out, if you're just putting in the prompt, generating it, taking it out, not looking at it, not changing anything, that's not really realistic. You just told something to do and you get something back. You can do that even without AI. You can tell an artist, you can commission an artist, you can tell them you want a certain thing, the art that they make, that's their art, they can commission to use it. So there's that, I'd say I'm kind of on the fence about it, but it depends how you're doing it, how much effort is put into it, how involved you are. And I'd say, yeah, I agree with the shared ownership thing, and really you own different parts of it, and you still own the right to use it, I would say, even if it's not entirely yours.
Alex?
I think it's mainly about who uses it and who becomes responsible for it. Because let's say you're on an AI art generator and you want to create, an image using AI, you put in a prompt and then get what you asked for. That, I think, should be considered your own because you put that in as a prompt and the art generated, even though it is used by AI, the idea will still be yours, so therefore the art you get given back will still be yours, because you're just going to use the AI model, and because so many people are using AI right now, how much would the company get out of it? And it's another hard thing to discuss because more and more on time now, now this is a sad thing, loads of artists are currently being exploited at the moment through AI art, and how people using AI are not even trying, in some instances, and just create low input stuff on purpose to give off the overview of what it's like using AI. So
Alex and then George, and so Josh, want to come back on that? What is this?
So, just to come to that question of ownership, the other one as well. Again, it comes back to that question of effort. There's a lot of times where to create something truly unique using these models, you have to put so much effort into the back end of it. And what I'm not saying is that if I put a lot of effort into making a recreation of Picasso, I should then have that work because,
learn something off other people and naturally we'll just use them news like without realising it. So I think in that way it's like different to a lot of other forms. And like a dancer might not feel like they own it unless they've developed it a lot. So if you've just gone into AI and created a dance, you won't feel like you own it. But as well, like if you are dancing it, then you own it because you're putting it into yourself.
Thank you. So moving on to next ethical theme of truth and trust. Toby, AI is as good as the data it is trained on. Human data is deeply flawed and biased, e.g. racism, etc., etc. Discuss.
Well, data is a very broad thing, and it's something that takes many forms. I would say that the human model itself is driven by our own biases, and AI is not that much different in that one aspect. But if anything is to be fact-checked and everything is put into the AI is going to likely be more accurate. So while I say yes, skepticism is necessary, and that's just everything about it, it's the same aspect of trust with being able to look what a human would say, wets, and like for experts and things like that. Ultimately, we've had the internet for years now. All information should have also been available to us, and we have the internet in our pockets and with our phones. And AI is just another form, really, and it's just a matter of checking the facts and making sure that you do know the facts. It doesn't matter whether the sources are right.
Fair enough. One that's going out on the poll, but I'll put it to you as well, Georgia. Can you trust the output of an AI generator on matters of opinion?
No. Everyone has different opinions, and like AI is not going to give you the answer to that. Like personally, I use AI to like rant to it and calm me down sometimes when I like want it to de-escalate the situation and sort of like get me out of my own head. So like in my experience, it hasn't always agreed with me, and I think a lot of the time I am actually like developing my own opinion from that, where I'm arguing with AI and I want it to give me a specific answer and it's like not giving me that. So I found it useful in my opinion, but some others might not.
Thank you. So that's all went down. Williams. We'll move on to our last ethical thing of environment. Demi, we have learned a lot about estimates of energy and water usage for AI. What is your view, and has it influenced the way that you use AI?
So my personal view is, in reality, AI uses more energy at the moment than potentially a Google search. A Google search with Gemini, let me get this right, is the equivalent to 1 second of using a microwave. But we kind of found, well, what's the equivalent of that? How much energy does a microwave use? The way that the terminology is, it makes it difficult to really emphasize how much energy it uses. But it also depends on the company behind the AI and what specific types of fuels and electrical components they're using, as some countries and some companies will be using fossil fuels, which obviously are a lot worse than others who use other means of electricity. So I believe at the moment it is bad for the environment, but it will improve and
AI users. I mean, do you know when when you started to use AI where the database was? And like the majority of the world, they think, oh, let me use that one because it's in France rather than America. Like, you know, when I've got a bottle of wine in front of me in the supermarket, I'm going for the French one so that it's not transported as far. Like, whose job is, because it says it on the bottle.
The difficulty is as a consumer, it's so much pressure to be morally good. And this is a great difficulty. It should
So
be
it's
the
all on
label
the
on.
consumer then.
No, not at all. And that's not at all what I'm trying to come from. Everyone has the ability to research. I'm not going to take that traditional stance of, well, we put it in the fine print at all. It does need declaring, there does need to be tools out there that make it easy to understand. At the end of the day, I work in tech, and I can tell you now, identifying where your data centers are located is impossible. It's like trying to trace a line through the internet. It should be simpler, but the mechanisms underneath it are incredibly complex and make it more difficult. However, there does need to be more information available to the public about where these things are located so they can make an ethical choice for the exact reasons that you just stated. If you don't want to buy a wine that's been imported, or if you want to make sure you're buying meat locally, you need to have those structures in place like those for local butchers. It shouldn't be if Scottish Power can send me a report based on what I've used versus green energy versus fossil fuels in the local infrastructure, it should be possible that we can understand the server locations and understand the environmental impact of our actions beyond one usage as the equivalent of one abstract line of work. We need to have that education in place and understanding.
Yeah, there is a responsibility there. So just to wrap up, the final statements from the 4 different art forms. Music, crew, their statement was, it's not AI or HI, it's better with both. Writing, we said, AI, absolute trash. No contest.
Somebody did.
We're still in a job for now. We could have written a novel. It didn't aid our process, just took longer. Brains are quicker. Art. Art, if you go for speed, then AI can do it. The quality comes from humans. And dance, AI is faster to achieve. Humans took longer to produce a full outcome. AI needed human interpretation, or it didn't make sense. It's nothing to be proud of. And then to our final live poll, do we have another question?
Well, I mean, we're not quite. We've got a little bit of time if there are any more questions in the audience.
Yeah, I just wondered if there was one there.
Well, there is, but that should come at the very end.
Any questions from the audience?
Would you mind if I gave a little bit of a closing statement?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say that someone coming through the tech world, especially someone coming in out, I arrived yesterday and found out about this last week, so I'm not going to get through the full process, but seeing what's happened, I think what this has been is incredibly inspired and wonderful experiments with the technology. And I think as someone who does move more in the technology world, for us, from me and my perspective, this is scratching the surface. It's a very, I've been sort of cringed back from myself because I'm looking at the prompts being used and thinking, oh, you're not doing this and doing that, but that's because I work with it every day. And this is scratching the surface of a world that's much bigger. Some of the tools that have been used could have been used better with the better ones out there. But overall, I just want to say that as someone coming from the technology side, I've had my eyes open to some of the use cases. And I just think the young people with what they've done here, it's absolutely fantastic. For those of you attending, thank you for supporting it because there isn't enough support in the conversation around AI and its relationship with the art. So my final statement will be thank you for putting it to the test.
Questions from the audience of what you've seen today?
I've been interested. I've been interested in your comments on the way that AI has currently flooding the information environment that we live in terms of checking the reality of information, the accuracy of information we gain on internet searches. And secondly, in the long-term future, AI feeds on information it gets from the internet, and at the same time it's spewing out information onto the internet. It's going to start feeding on its own offspring. That's the
Well, I've got a little phrase that my dad tells me every time because it is very accurate. They say, well, at least my dad says, just because something is put up on the internet doesn't mean that it's true. And that is why, if you look on resources like ChatGPT or Google AI, you can notice how on the bottom corner of Google AI, for example, it says the AI can make mistakes, you can help learn to improve it. So it's basically saying that it might get some bits wrong, probably because it's looking at many online sources possible, and the browser probably got it from is deliberately or accidentally inaccurate. So I guess that's why it happens. That's just why they just leave it onto many databases and they just gather information up together, like you said. Yeah, go on.
So I do think you make a good point, but I also think that it's not as simple as that. Because all information on the internet is people finding this information, learning things, telling other people, those people learning it, telling other people. So it all continues to expand at the same time as new information is being put on there. So rather than it just being a circle, it's more of a coil, if you like, that continues going in that same structure. So yes, while AI is probably it's also feeding on everything else, and because it takes everything into account at the same time, just as humans do, arguably, it's going to alter the way that it says things, and that's going to alter just as humans do. So the new information will affect the old information. That's what I would say.
Go on.
I'll make this brief, so feel free to grab me after if you want to discuss this further. I think you're I think you're both absolutely right that this has happened previously, but I think the gentleman's concern, and it's quite right, is the speed and the amplitude with which this information is being created. And the fact that it's not then being verified or justified, it's being fed straight back into itself and through these hallucinations. It is an issue. Absolutely is. You don't have to rely on one Gemini smart search result to realise that it doesn't quite know what it's doing all the time. It's something that within the industry is being looked into and dealt with. Overall, at the minute, however, happy to discuss this further if you'd like to.
Ruben had a question.
What would be lost if AI just